What's up YouTube, Atomic Toast 15 here, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the amazing Dark Souls 2 Collector's Edition. Well, right off the bat, what can I say about it besides it's amazing? It does carry a hefty price tag of $120. If you're interested in still picking up your copy, I would be hasty about that. I'm not sure how many they still have in stock anymore, or if how limited of quantities this thing was produced in, but it's definitely worth it if you're a collector. It pretty much contains all the fundamentals that a collector's edition should have, and as a result it's probably my favorite collector's edition that I've purchased in quite a while. As you can see, first here it's got a steelbook case with a slipcover. Those are always nice. An exclusive piece of memorabilia based off of the game itself, in this case being the 12-inch Warrior Knight figurine. It's got a game map, which this one's made out of cloth. Very rarely do I see those. And of course an art book, as well as the game soundtrack CD, which I believe is pictured over here right next to the game case, as it's included in the game case. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. As you can see, I've already taken the liberty of unboxing this off camera, as trying to open this thing. But you can see right down there the packaging of the knight himself. Trying to open that was a nightmare, and trying to open it on camera would have been even worse. So we've got just the game right off the bat here. Got the nice black armor edition slipcover, steelbook case. Take a look at the back here. One interesting thing to note about this game that caught my eye at first was it's rated teen. Now, when's the last time you saw a big name release, especially a Souls game, that was rated teen? Well, I didn't do much research on my own, as I actually like to shy away from pre-release trailers and gameplay footage for the most part. They usually don't give away too many bad spoilers, but I like to keep the majority of the game experience a surprise for myself. So, I don't really know what changes led to this. It still says under the rating descriptor, still has blood and gore, violence, and partial nudity, as did the first Souls game. I didn't read, I inquired about it when I picked the game up. I inquired a GameStop employee about the rating change, and he said that could be due to the grotesqueness of the monsters being toned down, which, now I'm not really a shallow type person that thinks everything needs to be a bloodbath in order to be enjoyable. But personally, my favorite aspect of the Souls games were how grotesque and unique all the monsters were designed to be. I don't think any are really pictured on the back here. But nonetheless, that shouldn't affect the game, the overall experience for that matter, too poorly. So as for the steelbook case here itself, it's probably the greatest steelbook case I've ever seen. As you can see, it's got raised 3D artwork on the front of the knight holding a sword. So opening it up here, got the game itself. Get the slipcover out of the way there. And of course, look at this gorgeous manual, by which I mean just a leaflet. Sadly, I have to mention this in pretty much every one of my unboxing videos anymore. It's probably sadly the way of the future as well. And probably by next generation we're not even going to have these anymore. And nothing of value was lost. And we got a DLC code here. Black Armor Weapons Pack. And there's the soundtrack CD. I felt they were a little lazy with the artwork for the inside of the steelbook case. I know the quality is a little bit subpar, but even so, there really isn't much going on behind the discs. It's basically just a wasteland view. But nonetheless, this is a great quality steelbook case. I should love that 3D raised art, which hopefully it doesn't become a problem in squishing any of my other game cases when I put it on the shelf next to it. But nonetheless, it's amazing. And next we're going to get out good old limited edition art book. I never really know what to say about art books. I mean, they're all pretty much the same. They're art books. just a collection of concept artwork and sometimes final artwork of environments, characters, enemies, weapons, the usual. One thing that did catch my eye at the front of the book here was a cat. What's a cat doing in Dark Souls 2? No wonder it's rated teen. Alright. And here we got this gorgeous cloth map. First off, I think more games should include maps of the environment. I can really only think of the Risen 2 Collector's Edition and some of the more recent Fallout Ultimate Edition and Game of the Year editions also have maps inspired by the game, but they aren't made out of cloth, which is a really nice thing that I think should be practiced more often. It gives it a much more authentic feel and look, as well as the fact that the cloth is probably more resistant to wear and tear than paper is. So that's gorgeous. I'm going to set that aside. And of course the main event. There we go. So this guy is amazing. Try to get a full shot of him. Once again, he's 12 inches, a whole foot. Probably the biggest collector's edition figurine I've ever seen. Definitely the biggest one that I personally own myself. Once again, he's very gorgeously crafted, down to every last detail. I don't believe any of his limbs move. His arms don't appear to move. His head. I'm not sure whether or not he comes off of the stand or not. Doesn't appear so. But yeah, as you can see, he comes with two swords, which can be removed by popping off the pommel at the end here. There you go. They can be removed for easy storage of him. And yeah, that's about all there is to say. Dark Souls 2 is going to be amazing. And if you enjoyed the video, comment, rate, and subscribe.